Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm taking a look at The Network Part 3, which is extremely weird because it only feels like yesterday that it was Part 1. Yeah, this is also very weird, that a little bit of a side note slash director's secret thing. Recently when I've been doing these, filming both the behind the scenes and the actual part, I've usually worn my fedora, my like 4th Doctor fedora, right? And today I just didn't, mainly probably because, to be fair, this is like really, well, it's pretty much the first thing that I got up. I started filming Network Part 3. I say that like it's really difficult and like I was really passionate and I had to get it out there, but no, this is just more fun than anything, hence the reason why I just wanted to do it. Yeah, I have a total of 3 10th Planet Sidemen, that one, and then those two, which are on the 10th Planet Sidemen spaceship thing, all the way over there, which is the inside of there, for those of you who didn't know. Yeah, I don't know, I'd say it's fairly kind of difficult to find these. Now, if you're wondering the way I got 3 or acquired 3, 2 Age of Steel packs, that's 2 10th Planet ones, and then the First Doctor's enemy set, so yeah, that's a thing. Alex, to be fair, Alex doesn't feel like she's done much so far, but I feel like she will do in the next few parts, maybe, hopefully. It's a 5-part story, so we're nearly towards the end. Both the cliffhangers that I had in mind for this story didn't actually go through. Now, the original, what was it? The original, original cliffhanger was going to be, if you can see in this rubble, there's a tank there, a little toy tank sort of thing. That was going to be like the original ending, like the tank would appear outside the university and like fire at the university, and then you'd be like, oh my god, are the Doctor and Alex okay? But there'd be like a Sideman as well, so then you'd be like, I hope the Sideman dies, but they're okay, sort of thing. That was going to be the original cliffhanger. Then a second idea I had for today's Part 3's ending was to use some of those bits that are just generally around there, and then like blue tack them to these bodies, and then you'd find out that the Sidemen have been trying to convert these people because they're like the most intelligent, right, from the university, or some of the most intelligent on the planet, where roundabouts where they've landed, right? But then you'd find out that actually they've failed, and that and like they're just like, and they're still like, you know, not fully converted, and they can't fully convert them. So but yeah, so far the Doctor's in the, as I say, the Sideman like spaceship thing, and he makes a good comment about why they look the way they look and stuff, and then you find out that actually this is sort of like a prequel to, no, not a prequel, a sequel even, to the events after the 10th Planet sort of thing. Or, well, technically it's like a prequel from their point of view, because that's just happened for them, but obviously it's a sequel for the Doctor. From the Doctor's perspective, 10th Planet's already happened in the past. Unlike Moffat, I'm trying to explain the timey-wiminess of this, and I can do this because I'm autistic and I understand time a lot better than Stephen Moffat, and I'm not an idiot, and I will just go, oh, it's timey-wimey. Anyway, yeah, so the 11th Doctor is obviously the 11th Doctor of sorts, or one of the future Doctors, so he, obviously from his perspective, 10th Planet happened in the past, but from these guys' perspective, it's just happened. They've crash-landed on Earth, and as that Sideman says over there, you know, they've sort of rippled through a time vortex of sorts, or like a dimensional thing, or some sort of thing, right, that's made them somehow survive the explosion of Mundas and landed here. So as he aptly says, you know, if there's any bloodshed or anything within this episode, it's all on the Doctor's hands, pretty much. And so far the death count is obviously of 2. This is also the longest part of the network so far, from what I know. That's probably also because correlates in the fact that, to be fair, out of all 3 of the parts so far, this one has probably been the least planned, which is a bit annoying because I have a few bits and pieces of ideas. Like, I always try and at least have a good idea of what's going to happen at the beginning, middle, and the end. Especially probably the beginning and the end, because obviously I don't want to start an episode of sorts and then it feel really disjointed from the last one, so I always try and connect them as well as possible, you know, like how classic Doctor Who does. And then also, I don't want to cop out and make really crappy cliffhangers and stuff, but I really want to try and do as best cliffhangers as I can. And I thought the Part 3's wasn't too bad, you know, the realisation that actually these 10th Planet Cybermen are actually 10th Planet Cybermen. You know, they're not like a parallel Earth Cybermen that just so happen to look like the old school ones. The ones that have actually, there's 3 of them that have survived all of Mundas's demise, really. And yeah, so if I was the Doctor, I'd be running out like hell right now. But then again, to be fair, as soon as he runs out, there's a Cyberman right there. But yeah, Alex is on her own so far. But to be fair, there'll be some more characters brought into Part 4 and 5. I am a bit worried about how I'm going to close off the whole story as a whole. And then after this episode, it's the final episode in Series 6, which is a bit weird, of My Figure Adventures. That's a bit weird. But yeah, I'm enjoying filming this. I'm enjoying making it as well. I just hope it's good, and I hope people like it, and people give us nice feedback and view it, hopefully. And yeah, I don't know, I feel a bit worried that I'm not doing enough justice for the Cybermen. Like, I feel like so far they haven't done much, but then again, to be fair, they were only just introduced in the last episode, or part to episode 5. Episode 5. And so, you know, so I don't know, you could always comment below, do you think I've used the Cybermen enough in this part? And if not, hopefully I'll use them more in the next part, too. I do feel like, as I say, the character that I've used the least is probably Alex so far, and that. But yeah, yeah, I think 3 is a decent amount of Cybermen, or 10th Planet ones. I mean, obviously, I would, as a fanboy of the 10th Planet, I would love more. But I mean, for the context of this story, I think if I had like 10 or something, it would be a bit much, you know. 10 survivors of the Mundasian, like the Mundas exploding and all that's a bit much and a bit far-fetched, even for me. And I think 3 is just a nice little rounded number, really. Oh, well, it's not rounded, but, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's bothering me as well that those 2 people are still there. I wish there'd been a better scene where we take them off, because again, originally they were going to be taken. The Doctor and Alex, I think, like, that Cyberman was going to blow a blast at them, and they'd be like, no, get down, and that. But you could always comment below if that would have been better or what, you know. Yeah, I haven't actually rewatched the episode back, so I don't know what it's like at all on a second watch, because again, I've just literally, of this recording, just made the thing. And again, I hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.